In this episode, we talk farm areas. I'm just going to share with you a video that I filmed for a great client of mine. He's a wonderful guy doing some amazing things on the north side. He had a question for his team about farm areas, and I give it to him straight. Have a look at this. Hey guys, Glen Twiddle. This is a shout out to Mark Cheney's team. How you guys going? Hey, I was talking to Mark the other day, and for those few people of you guys in Mark's team that don't know me, because I have spent some time in your offices, and I've done some sessions with you guys, but if there's any of you guys who don't know me, my name is Glen Twiddle, coach to some high-performing agents all around the country. In fact, I used to think of myself as a bit of a rookie coach, that I was the guy that standing on my head could get someone from a brand new starter rookie up to a couple $100,000 a year. And then, other coaches would take them from a couple $100,000 a year to seven figures and beyond. But then I noticed as the years went by, my coaching program started being populated by these people that I got to 200,000, then they got to 400,000, 800,000, and $1 million and beyond. I've loved and been honored that we are seeing per capita more multi-million dollar performers, seven-figure plus agents in my coaching program than in any other program in the country. And what I've loved about seeing Mark for many years, Mark has been coming to every event that I've done. And the most important thing is Mark's gone back and he's taken the principles and the processes and implemented. Sometimes he's implemented exactly what he was taught. Sometimes he's taken the principle of what he was being taught and he's tweaked it and implemented something slightly different. But what I love about Mark is no matter what, he did something. He didn't just learn and get pages full of notes and then do nothing. And I was talking to him the other day about, just the other night, and he was asking my opinion on whether farm areas, see, we've got the Remax system where you can kind of come and go as you please and you can do whatever you want and you can market really wherever you want. And then you've got other systems where there's very stringent maps and borders where you can't go in there and there's everywhere in between. So Mark was asking me my opinion. So I just wanted to give you a quick both sides of the coin opinion on what I feel is the best way for you to make the most money, and I'm talking to you as an individual salesperson to be the most successful. So I'm basing this kind of rant on, first off, on the fact that you are dominant in an area. See, if Mark's question is based in any way on anyone in his team saying, well, I just want to market, I just want to do a flyer drop of 20,000 flyers across the whole of the north side, my recommendation is don't do that. My recommendation is get your 20,000 flyers, or whatever they are, and Mark knows all the formulas that I taught him, so I'd rather you drop to one house 20 times than 20 houses one time. Does that make sense? So I'd rather you drop to a small farm area of 1,500 homes for the next 10 weeks, once a week, than I would for you to drop 15,000 homes this week and then not do it again. You know what I mean? Repetition is the way to kick butt in that. So if we're talking about letterboxes, then Mark's got some formulas, and you can ask Mark about some of the templates that we use, where we've got something in the letterbox of the consumers that's branded, it's got our face on it. You have a look at Mark's sold flyers that we did for him when, because I worked with Mark full on for a year in his office, where we implemented a whole bunch of different marketing strategies. And many of the things you see Mark doing, they, many of them I'm sure are based in principle upon that year that Mark and I spent together. And that was one year where it was full on one-on-one, to say nothing of the years that Mark's been at my public group seminars and things. So what we sort of suggest to do, this is it in a nutshell, 1,500 homes, they get something once a week. Now, many of my guys do that with a sold flyer. So one property, sold flyer, sold in 8 days, and there's a photo of the home, big photo of you, not a little real estate photo that you can't even recognize, but a big, bold photo of you sold. So many of my guys do 3 sold flyers a month, then a monthly physical newsletter. So whether you chose to do that, whether you chose to do I know Mark's got the branded glossy property mag thing, that could be 1 week of your 4 drops a month, or whatever the case may be. But it's all about you being seen by those communities. If they only see you literally 4 times a year by a catch-up phone call or a quarterly market update or whatever, here's the harsh reality. They don't even know your name. they don't even remember you at all. So my recommendation is get an area where you become absolutely household name famous. And my opinion is most individual agents can't manage or invest the amount of money that it costs to do that for more than 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 at the most. But know that if you're doing 2,000, it's going to be some serious effort on your part, dropping those letterboxes, etc. So, and here's the other principle I want you to kind of get, is you want to mix up the media. You want to be seen in their letterbox. You want to be seen if you've got their SMSs, SMSing them every now and then, sending them an email, sending them a letter, them seeing you on social media, heaven forbid they drive past you on a bus stop or a billboard. All about omnipresence so that you are seen everywhere. The more you mix up the media, the more often they will tolerate your contact with them. Certainly social media, by the way, guys, if you aren't all over that little mobile phone Facebook thing, we need to talk. Because Facebook, when I worked with Mark for that year, and it was only, I think it was 2014, perhaps, maybe 13, I don't know, but I worked with Mark for a full year. And in that year, Facebook and online marketing was kind of like the dessert. Like we had the main course, which was publishing Mark's book, getting his DVDs done, the sold flyers and all the various marketing collateral and things like that. And then we had social media as kind of the bonus sessions that we dabbled in. Well, now that's the main course and all the other stuff is the bonus. If you aren't absolutely dominant on Facebook, we need to talk and get you there. But now, with that said, let's talk about these farm areas. If you've got an area that you're farming in and you're that dominant in, and someone lists a house there and drops some sold flyers around there or something like that or whatever, well, you just got to take that on the chin. Now, here's what would be smart. If your colleague knew that you were so dominant in that area, your colleague probably should say, hey, Ham, you know, I know you're absolutely dominant in that area. Maybe we should co-list it. That would be what I would do. But again, in the Remax system, there's no requirement for you to do so. It's just my opinion that it would be smart to involve the person who is dominant in that farm area. However, if by referrals or whatever, it is your choice. That if you get a referral in someone else's area, of course it's your choice to list it, drop around that you've got it just listed, drop around it that you've got it just sold, etc. So here's the first thing. If you are dominant to the degree I'm talking about, and someone else that happens to you, you shouldn't worry about it. It's like a drop in the ocean compared to your dominance. So it shouldn't affect you, so you shouldn't be upset by it. But here's the thing. If it does upset you, and if it's not a drop in the ocean, that them coming in and do 1 or 2 letterbox drops or something once every 6 months or something like that because they happen to get a listing there or whatever, if that does affect you and they do get listings that you don't, then you've got to look seriously at yourself. Are you that ineffective that someone from out of your area that's not even focusing on your area, just dabbles a little bit in your area, and that impacts your market share? Then I would look at what you're doing. Then you're not really dominant. I've heard some agents say, oh, no. How did that happen? My client listed with another agent. Because in their head, they think it's their client. You think it's your market area. Well, did someone tell your market that? Because if they think of you as the person, the custodian looking after this area, then how could someone else coming in from another area have any impact? And that's how you want to think about it. That's why I like a nice tight 1,000 properties. If you can have 1,000 properties that you think of yours, where you take it as a personal attack. If someone lists, don't worry about another Remax person. You take it as a personal attack that if they list with LJ Hooker or Ray White or whoever it might be, Coronis, whatever it is, that you think, how could they list with them when I've shown that I get higher prices? I've proven to that community time and time again that I will sell that house as if it was my own. Well, if they list with someone else, then frankly, you may have that opinion, but they don't know it. So you have to look at your own abilities as a marketer and your ability to get your message onto those ears of those people. So that's your defense against any outside agents, whether that's internal, meaning other Remax agents, or external, meaning LJ Hookers and all that. You should be worried about them more than the other Remax agents anyway. But so your dominance in that, I call it big fish, small pond, right? If you're a big fish in a small pond, you're impervious to other people attacking your market share, either overtly or covertly, meaning obviously like a LJ Hooker, or even unintentionally by someone else from Remax just dropping 10,000 homes in your area. So, 10,000 homes, some of which happen to be your 1,000. If they're just doing that quick drop will be like a drop in the ocean compared to your saturation marketing. And if you're not saturating your area, that's your fault, not that other person's. Now, let me talk to that other person now. Let me talk to the person who's considering dabbling, going broad. My advice to you is, if there is someone already marketing in an area, my contention is that you're going to be wasting your marketing expenditure by going in that area, because you know that within your office, that person is absolutely dominant in that area. So save the couple of $100 in printing and in flyer dropping and in all of the effort, and take the path of lesser resistance. See, if you're going up against Mark Cheney, you are going up. I'm just calling Mark out because he's, because I know he's quite dominant in his area. So say he's got an area that Mark is focused on. Or insert that name anywhere there. A Chris Gilmore, a Michael Spillane, a Jody Curran, right? Someone who's implementing the strategies that I've taught them. They're dominant in their area. There's a path of lesser resistance by just moving a suburb or two away from them, moving a couple of thousand homes away from that dominant beast and going up against a Ray White guy who's got no idea, who's putting in that dodgy, real estatey stuff that just completely gets ignored. You know the type of marketing I'm talking about. It's a path of lesser resistance to your success if you go up against a lesser agent. It's like, what's the more likelihood that you're going to win playing tennis? Going up against Roger Federer, going up against, hell, even Serena, right? And that's for most blokes. If we went up against Serena, she's going to kick our butt, right? Or would it be better to go up against the hack who knows nothing? I only mentioned tennis just hypothetically, but then Mark plays tennis, doesn't he? He was a pro. So my tennis metaphor works. Is it easier to win? Say you've got the chance to win a tennis match and you get the choice of going up against Federer or going up against a no-name, a Glen Twiddle, right? Choose to play a hack who knows nothing about the game. Don't choose to play. I know that there would be some argument that says iron sharpens iron and you'll get better by going up against Federer. Sure, there is some validity to that. But I tell you, in the short term, if revenue is your end goal, then go up against the mugs. If the prize money's the same, and it is, the prize money's the same to go up against Roger Federer or to go up against someone who cannot play tennis. Goodness, go up against someone who can't play tennis. Implement the stuff that you've seen Mark implement. If you want some help, my training program's all over Mark's office. Go and grab some DVDs, have a listen to it, get dominant in your area, become a big fish in a small pond, and my advice is I wouldn't go broad. But if you choose to go broad, and now going back to the other side, if someone does choose to go broad and market effectively to 10,000 homes, then your only way to beat that person who choose to market quite effectively to 10,000 homes, your only hope to beat them is to go deep to 1,000 to 2,000 homes. It's your only hope. So there's some food for thought, guys. There is no exact answer to this question that Mark asked me, so I just wanted to give you some pros and cons to each, but my opinion is big fish, small pond, by tightening up your market, by focusing your marketing, and doing compelling marketing that, heaven forbid, actually gets the attention of your consumers. You're going to do yourself the most likely, there's the highest likelihood of you becoming the profitable agent, earning the most money for yourself, for your family, and living the sort of life that brought you to real estate in the first place. So I hope that's been of some help for you. What I'd urge you to do is, in the middle of August, I don't know the exact dates, but in the middle of August, I'm doing a one-day masterclass on getting full fee, right? On getting the highest commission possible. So I'd urge you guys, come along to that. Again, as you'd know, we never charge too much, certainly for alumni of my programs. The fees are very, very low. So come along, spend a day with us. You won't be sorry you did. Mark, thanks for the yarn the other day, mate. Congratulations on all the success I'm seeing come out of both your office and your own personal business, mate. Loving to see one of Remax's top performers, or another one of Remax's top performers. Shame we lost Michael, hey, but he's gone independent. So it's been great seeing, when I was at the Remax Awards, seeing you guys up there nipping away at the top. And Mark, mate, I know that your goal at that time we were working together was for the following year to be in that $1 million club. And you did it, man. Man of your word. Well done. Congratulations. And it's been my honor to be a small part of your journey, bud. Keep implementing. And for you guys working with Mark, you're in a great office. You've got a great leader there who's willing to invest in you and your business. I've rarely, I wouldn't say never, but I've rarely seen a principal invest so much of his own money in system strategies, tools, and all this stuff for you guys. So implement, guys. The grass ain't greener anywhere else. You can do it. You've got all the tools at your disposal. And yeah, and if you need anything from me, well, you guys know where to find me. And as a member of Mark's team, know that my phone's always open to you guys. But I'd love to see you guys at the Get Full Fee Every Time Masterclass that we're doing in August. Other than that, guys, hope that's helped in some small way. I know I haven't given you a definitive answer, but I've given you some food for thought. Big fish, small pond. I'll talk to you guys soon.